Everybody, welcome to the episode of Style Test featuring
Melissa.
the amazing Melissa, as always. So we have something a little different for you guys, and that's what we'll talk about today.
We are talking about confidence in your clothes. How do you develop confidence in yourself so you can wear anything that you want?
Case in point, Melissa here. Melissa very flamboyant, but not flamboyant way, it's like super out there, but it's color, it's vibrant, it's elegant, it's class, all wrapped in a package. Because when we're talking about style and confidence, it's about wearing clothes that express who you are on the outside. And I think that's a big thing because as we're in society, everyone wants to express themselves, but they don't know how to. So Melissa, how would you say people can express themselves?
Well, I find that the best way to express yourself is to start from within. And the way you start from within is identifying where your confidence lies. Where, what, and where, and who, and when can you find the fuel for your confidence? My fuel for my confidence is my creativity. And when I feel creative, that's when I feel like I'm at my peak performance. I can do everything. I can dress the way that I want, look the way that I want, and feel confident in that. My creativity is my source. What is your source?
So I'll say my source of confidence is, or where my energy comes from, is I want to be the most unique person as possible. So I look for the most unique pieces. I buy the most unique things. Everyone that sees, like, oh, where'd you get that? Where'd you get that? I know I make some of my own jewelry as well. So I always wanted to have my own thing because I realized everyone wants a copy. Everyone's, oh, I saw this here. I want to get that. This there, I want to get that. But like, how can I do that, but in my own perspective? And as time went along, honestly, I just got to the point where I'm gonna start designing my own things. I'm gonna buy things that most people won't buy, or you will never see someone buy. And I achieved that ability to be as unique as possible without being able to be copied.
I agree. I totally agree. And another source that you can work with is basically going inside yourself and working with your shadow. Your shadow is basically the parts of yourself that you don't really like, or the parts of yourself that you don't really give attention to. If you give attention to those parts and you nurture those parts and you really learn to love and navigate themselves, basically become friends with your enemies or your demons inside of you, then it's a lot easier for you to be more comfortable with yourself and navigate this world more confidently. So it's just important to love every part of yourself, even the ones that you don't really care for.
And even on top of that, I remember going through that journey as well. Because for you to have expression, you just don't want to express within yourself. And you don't have that, if you lack that identity, oh, I don't know who I am, I don't know what to do. Like, you have to go, like, listen, you have to go inside, like, who is Alyssa, who is Quinn? What I represent, what I want to show the world, because expression is showing the world who you are. And that takes identity. That takes an exuberant amount of bravery, because people come up to you like, oh, what are you wearing? Oh, I can never wear that. Good. Maybe work on that.
You work on that.
So you can wear those things, because I honestly believe the people that you learn the most are the people that stand out the most.
Mm-hmm.
If we just someone who's cookie cutter, as I say normie, and it feels to me like when I say that.
I don't like when you say that.
I'm going to say it again anyways. Well, if you're a normie, people aren't going to remember you, because people remember people who do things like ecstatically, expressive. Like, if you see Liz on the street, you'll remember her for years to come. Yeah, I remember walking the street. They didn't want this amazing pink top and black and white, the shoes match, even their toes match. Like, I didn't want you to do that. even the glasses, the woolly glasses. We can even talk about accessorizing too, because accessory adds a second layer to expression. Because you could guess, like, in the camera, I prefer to see the bling of the rings, the bling of the copper ring, teal blue, like ankles, and listen, show the fingers and the fingers. So you see, even like, pull these out, like, majority of the time, you're not going to see rings like this. This is part of the expression of, okay, this is how I'm going to access my outfit. This is why my outfit looks the way it is. Because even, I want to point out again, like, put it right here, like, you see the pink on the fingers, and you see the pink, you can't beat that.
But earrings, like earrings.
The earrings too. Like, this is how you put together an outfit. And let's talk about the confidence you'll get when you put on an amazing outfit. Let's break that down.
So when I am getting dressed in general, the way that I can gauge if my confidence is there is if I put the outfit on and I start dancing. I automatically start dancing. And when I start dancing, that's how I know that I put that shit on and I got that shit on and nobody can really tell me anything. And that's my goal every time I walk out the door, is for me to feel as confident as I possibly can is by draping myself with items that I know that I will not even possibly see anyone with this combination on when I leave the door. So that's always my goal. Am I going to see somebody on with the same outfit? And if I do, I'm never wearing it again. Never wearing it again. So it's just like finding your source. That's the first point. Find your source. Whether it be inside or outside. You can be inspired by nature. You can be inspired by architecture. You can be inspired by anything. As long as you find that inspiration and you use that as fuel to keep it going. And one thing that Quinn mentioned earlier is that you have to choose to be fresh every single day.
Yeah.
You have to choose it. It doesn't come naturally. It doesn't happen. When I'm at home, I'm Adam Sandler. I'm not dressed up like this when I'm home. But once I walk out that threshold, I choose to be fresh because it's a part of my identity to be fresh. Let me get a kind of yours.
And that's very important too, the choosing to create the outcome. Because most people just walk out their house, put on sweats as we've seen one during a time. And like I said before, no one's going to remember that. Exactly. People will remember the great outfit that you wore. And like even choosing the option to be fresh everywhere you go, I honestly believe you never know who you're going to meet out there. And everyone's going to judge you based on what you're wearing. So even if I was to wear something different regardless, so like, damn, I don't like that guy. Like, how street clean.
It gives people something to remember about you. And you want to be memorable. Especially, it depends on the field that you choose or how you want to represent yourself in the world. I always want to be memorable because when people remember me, they'll remember my art. They'll remember my style. They'll remember my interior design. They'll remember something about me.
Yeah.
And it's going to remind them to want to contact me or maybe circle back and network with me or work with me. Those little nuances with your outfit, especially, people, when you are interacting with people, the first thing that they see is your outfit.
Yeah.
Before you open your mouth, they see how you are presenting yourself. So if you're presenting yourself with confidence, they're already going to know what type of person that you are if you're standing on business. And what you want to do is always stand on business.
Okay. And it's a tie factor. So let's just go back to the concept of what does confidence look like and what does that really mean? So confidence for me means no matter where I go, I can be myself every single time. I don't have to hide. I don't need to detract. I don't need to value myself. I don't need to like put myself in a corner to make people feel better or feel like they're a bigger person. Confidence to me is being able to own the road everywhere you go, but not show that you own the road, but it's like a quiet confidence. Like you just walk in there like, chill, like, who's this guy? I don't know. He's pulled up and like talking to stuff. And most people that can happen what happens to you when you do put on something really nice. I know Mel all the time. If I go to one of the shows, always wear an amazing outfit, and she also artists as well. So people are like, oh my God, I love your outfit. And then she's the artist, so then it's like a big fun.
It's a conversation starter. So people look at my outfit and they're looking at my art. They go hand in hand, and it's just a reflection of myself. My art is a reflection of me, and I like to call myself walking, breathing art. And you kind of identify how you want to be identified. You're the artist, you're the writer, you're the author of how you want to be identified. And the way that you start that off is with your confidence.
And an awesome point towards the end there is that everything that you combination yourself will come with confidence. Like if you want to be a famous artist, writer, and when anyone you want to be famous, you need to have the confidence first. Because people need to believe in you. You need to believe in yourself before people believe in you. And if you don't have that energy that, oh, I know this guy's going to be amazing, but you think you're amazing, you're not going to be amazing. And I think another big thing as well when we talk about when it comes to confidence is that how do you maintain that? How do you like break a threshold where like, oh man, I'm working on this confidence, but I don't know where to really do or what to like, where to really go. Like, what's some tips you give based on that?
So based on how you kind of first we start with looking for the confidence. What's your source? After you identify your source, you have to keep on pulling from that confidence. There's going to be days when you don't feel 100%, you don't feel 100% yourself or 100% your best, but you have to pull that confidence from somewhere. And it's that source. So whatever your source, like what you want it to be, because my source is is creativity. So every time I feel like I'm not feeling 100%, I just go into my creative side, and that helps me bring the confidence back out. And you just have to keep on exploring. You have to keep on being creative, and you have to keep on being curious. That's the main thing about developing your style is curiosity. The only way that you can figure out who you are is by doing it, by testing, by experimenting. So it's just important to constantly experiment so you can constantly keep evolving your creativity and your confidence.
So I want to add on what we talked about, or bring up a point where we mentioned about like the, oh, damn, I just lost it. Well, it's fine. But when you talk about the experimentation is super, super important. Because if I really experiment, like adding things and subtracting things, I won't really have this interest that I have now. Experimentation is a huge thing, because a lot of times people like to just follow a trend, like to follow a path. When it comes to experimentation, there's no path to follow. You have to make and sure there's a path. Like mixing and matching colors, mixing and matching prints. Those are scary things for people. But if you're able to experiment with it and say, oh, I put this pattern, like works together. Oh, instead of another pattern works together. And which are also colors. A lot of people use color wheel because the opposite ends usually contrast, but no, forget the color wheel. Make up your own color combination where you're mixing different things, and maybe you make up a cool palette that way. I also talk about having a color scheme. Everyone should have an individual color scheme for their wardrobe, because one, that it works for your skin tone, and on top of that, once you buy in contrasting colors and things that intersect together, it takes you like this to get dressed. For me, on a daily basis, it takes you almost a minute to get dressed. Like, well, how first do I want me to, I might want to tone it down and then rise it up. And then I just go pull up my closet and as I'm dressed. So you have to make things easier for yourself, because you can lose confidence by having too many options. And that's what people get. They get sticker shock and get through it. Then they get frozen like, oh, too many things. So to reduce freezing, make sure you're buying smaller items, but they all have color contrast and do the intersect and work together. Another thing I realized as well, when it comes to confidence and wearing clothes, is to have clothes that fit your body type.
Yes.
But I know we could definitely talk about it.
Oh, yeah. It's very important to understand your silhouette that you're going for, and also the body type that you have, because they sometimes don't coincide. And that's okay. So you can either work on making them coincide or making what you have work for yourself. So once you understand what your body type and your shape is, then you can go from there, and that'll help you even build more confidence. Because when you feel good in your clothes, you're just going to feel good overall. Nobody can stop you from feeling good. But on the contrary to what Quinn said, my closet is a rainbow. Okay, but that's because I love colors, and that's my palette. And I literally have from black and white to yellows and greens and everything in between. And that's my color palette, and that's where I feel most confident. And that's how I function. Then you don't have to be the same way. You can go on Quinn's direction and basically figure out a color palette that works for you. But for me, every color works for me.
Well, if you say that Rimmel is still So to add on to that even more, where like, if you do have a wider range of things, the biggest thing is to make sure it does go with your skin tone. I cannot talk about that enough. Make sure your clothes go with your skin tone. Because if your clothes do not go with your skin tone, you will be washed out, and you will definitely not feel great about what you're wearing. Oh, like you put yellow pants on like a darker person, you're gonna see that person. Yeah. You're gonna see that patch in front of the person, and so you could be like, "Oh wait, I just see you walking yellow. What's going on?"
You never wear your clothes to wear you. You're the wearer. The clothes is not wearing you. You wear the clothes, and that's a part of confidence. So let's bring it back a little bit. What initiated your confidence in the first place?
So I was at a part in my life where I realized I needed a change to become better. And I started photography at the time, and when you're a photographer, you want to get clientele. And I'm going to these events, and I'm meeting these people, and I'm seeing guys at the time I thought they were dressed really well. So, and then I'll say, fast forward like a couple weeks later, like, you know what? I woke up in the morning, and then I just chose to be fresh. So that entire week, I did research on menswear, shoes, blazers, dress, all those kind of things. And that following weekend, I went to I went to the mall, to H&M. I went to Imperialis, and then I went to Birds and Co Factory. Birds and Co Factory is a great place to start. They have anything because they have a wider assortment. So I bought 5 pairs of shoes. I bought jackets, blazers, chinos. About 3 pairs of suits. And at that point, I started to really mix and rotate things. So I wanted to have a business look and a casual look at the same time. A variant called Badger and whatnot. So I'm gonna have a nice sport coat with jeans on, but I'm gonna have a super colored top. But everything's gonna be extremely fitted. I'm gonna have accessories that go throughout the entire line. And we're gonna put some pictures of different things that from our initial style journey, because I still have some photos. So I have initial stuff for my photos, but I would say as I start to go out and start to work on my social skills, then things start to really wrap up. So that's my initial story. So how many out of that for you?
So I've always been creative, and I've always known that about myself. So I've consciously made the decision to make every part of my life be as creative as possible. And it actually started off with me wanting to be a fashion designer. That's still not a dream that's dead. No, wait.
So that'll come soon. Once you get your commercial things.
There. Gosh. But anyway, forget him. But the fact is that I've always loved fashion, and I've always loved high fashion, especially couture. And I wanted to emulate that. And I've always, whenever I have an idea, and to this day, whenever I have an idea for an outfit, for an event, or for something that I have to do, I always have the outfit in my head, always. And I can never find it in the store. I can never find it anywhere else. So it's just in my head and there. And what I started doing to supplement that is going thrifting. Thrifting is what started my confidence in style, because I found that I really love vintage pieces, and I have a very vintage palette when it comes to my clothing. And I would find unique pieces that I wouldn't find anywhere else. And fast fashion is terrible. And I'm not gonna lie, I participate in it sometimes. But it is a killer. And it's a style killer, it's a creativity killer. So I will go to those thrift stores so I can find those quality vintage pieces. Some pieces that I still have to this day. And it's just about finding that unique thing that speaks to me. It has to speak to me. It has to say something to me. And then when I put it on, we get together and we dance. We dance. It's that's the one, right? So thrifting is really what started my fashion journey and my confidence in my clothing and my choices. And it really helped me identify who I want to be. And it still helps me identify who I want to be. And it helps navigate, create a path for me. It creates this path for me. And it's just important to create yourself too. So when you're creating yourself, it's whatever you want it to be. There's no right or wrong way to do it. And after you create yourself, you maintain and enforce that confidence.
Yep.
And the best way to do that is to never, 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 never follow influencers. We can be influencers too at this point, but we're just giving you advice. We're giving you the confidence to build confidence within yourself. But never, ever go on the internet and look at an influencer and copy what they're wearing. You'll never be satisfied because you're following somebody else's vision, not your own. The important thing is to grab inspiration from that influencer, but remix it and make it your own.
definitely a huge coin because, like I was talking about earlier, that a lot of people are following instead of leading. And sometimes it may be easy to follow until you start to lead, but you have to get to the point where your identity is going to be expressed through your clothing. And if you just put it on whatever everyone else is putting on, you get lost in the sauce. The people aren't going to recognize you, or you're not really going to stand out. And like Mo said, like when you're looking at influencers, and unfortunately influencers are kind of pushing things forward, sometimes the wrong things forward, and if people get caught up in that, don't get caught up in that. Like if you want to be an individual, you have to have your own individual taste. You have to have your own individual expression, because following influencers, that's third party. That's not really you. Everything that you want to do, you may see outside first, like, but then when you get on the internet, oh, how can I tweet this? How can I tweet this that way? Like, for example, for me, when I got into men's accessories were the big, bulky things. They were like nice, like beautiful things. So, well, what I decided to do was I made my own bracelets. I made my own necklaces. And I realized over time, oh, can I get a necklace? Oh, can I get a bracelet? Can I get this? Because for one, it stands out. And two, it's not like any other bracelet you see. I go to a lot of places. And they'll tell you, I go to a lot of places. And I judge a lot of things. Very big judge. And I haven't come across anything else that look like my bracelets with the same kind of feel and the same kind of materials. And I take a big pride in that, because I'm building something someone else isn't. Like, you go high end and you're still not gonna have. And I think I'm not gonna talk bad about high end things. They are gonna be beautiful, but they're not gonna be unique. You just pay a high price tag, which gets you the unique price point. But for something more individual, we had to get something custom. Custom things build confidence in the whole, because then you know for a fact nobody else has what you have. And like Mel talking about the third thing, and pieces, some of them are 20, 30 years old. Highly doubt someone else will have that in their closet. I think there's one shirt a lady told me she had the same thing, but I didn't see it, so I'm not gonna believe it. So until I see that shirt, I may believe her. But until then, I'm the only one in my sphere of influence that I've seen this shirt on. So make sure, if you want to have a leg up on confidence even more, get more custom pieces. Buy things like, even when you go to like local markets, those are a big area of custom things. It may cost you a little bit more, but then when you go to that staff party, or you go to your company, how like, oh my gosh, John, why did you get this bracelet, John? This is so beautiful. Oh no, I bet the lady, she makes custom things. But I'm not gonna tell you, gatekeep. This is like gatekeep.
I don't like it.
But gatekeeping is amazing, because then it makes you think about, damn, am I really gonna bother this person about this thing if I really wanted that bad? Because then sometimes you will tell a person where you got it from, and then, oh, where'd you get the thing from? I'm not gonna tell you that, you forgot. I'm accusing myself now. If I feel if I feel given that thing, I might give you a little lead. But a lot of the times, people talk down these people, but I think for certain things, to keep the prestigious, the good energy around it, I think it's a good thing. It's like,
I do not agree with gatekeeping, because you ain't never gonna wear it like I can. That's why you can buy the same exact thing that I got on right now, but you will never be able to wear it like me. And that's where my confidence lies. And that's why I would care about gatekeeping. Because you can go ahead and buy it. You're not gonna look like me. You'll never look like me. So that's why I don't care about gatekeeping. You wanna know where I got it from? I'll tell you exactly where I got it from. And then you're gonna go out and buy it, and you're like, well, I look like this and this. Because you'll never do it like me. So, and another point I wanted to make is, name brands mean absolutely nothing. You want to get your Louis Vuitton, your Chanel, your whatever, your Bebop, your Boobop, whatever the hell you want to get, it doesn't make you confident. It doesn't make you stylish. It doesn't make you anything. It just makes you a person that spent a lot of money. And sometimes if they do have those unique pieces, great. If you want it, go for it. But the fact is that if you're draped in all designer, as Future says, that means absolutely nothing. I was just turning all in the way here. But it means absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
And what really is the designer, or what really is that name brand, is your confidence. Because without that designer is gonna look like a dollar store shirt.
Yeah.
It's all about the confidence.
Yeah.
Which is why this whole ordeal is about confidence. Yes.
And I love that you mentioned about the designer part, because I see people that just buy a shirt that says Lucia on it, and I go on the website, it's $600.
So no, there's things I can buy with that.
So the issue with that is like, let's say you do buy a name brand, so one name brand. Just, I would say if you're gonna do name brand or high is it, get something that has maximum versatility, like a jacket. I seen a lot of Louis Vuitton stuff that I would honestly buy because it does look really cool. But I would buy a jacket and its maximum versatility and size a shirt that says Louis on it. Or if you're gonna do something a little more, buy a pair of shoes. Don't buy a belt, because everyone has a belt and it's supposed to be boring.
Boring.
Get a pair of shoes, get a good jacket, because those can add to your outfit. Like if you have a nice pair of shoes, even polished shoes at that, everyone at my job, oh my God, Quinn, you like polish your shoes? Like you should wear training. Yes, but it's a quality item. These are not like, I don't buy cheap shoes anymore because I see they lack luster, they lack elegance. It's just a whole bunch of black with cheap items. But when you buy something high-end, you take care of it, it's always gonna stand out more. It's like you see the guy you see a person with a nice car, that paint job is a couple $1,000 compared to a cheaper car. So you're always going, damn, that car's got a shame. Why am I calling shame like that?
We don't have cars. We don't have cars.
Too late. So you're wondering, well, how can this piece look so good? And then the cheap one I bought just look as good. It's because for one, high-end is better material, and lower end is usually not. If you buy from Shein, if you buy it from Temu, if you buy it from H&M and Zara, those are gonna lose luster very fast compared to like a good leather piece or a good cotton piece. Like you can feel the difference. And that's why I do like the finger test. People see me at the store, like what are you doing your fingers? The finger test.
And the tap test on shoes.
Exactly.
When you're knocking at the bottom.
Because I honestly believe, and I realize, when you put something nice on your body, it makes you feel nicer and it adds more confidence to how you feel. Because when you put on things like that, this scratch on your skin, that little dot on your skin, it just feels rough. You feel rough. You feel like
Okay, you have to adjust all the time. I'm constantly adjusting. I'm like,
But when you wear something nice and you put it on, oh, that feels good. Like I just rub my shoulder and I smile because I know this is a quality item. It feels good on my skin. So I'm having a great time. But when you're not wearing clothes that aren't as good, you're not gonna have a great time. You're gonna go
you're not gonna have
really sad.
I have a jacket that Quinn strong-armed me into getting this expensive jacket from Sandro, but I absolutely love it. And I love it because it was just so unique. Every time I put it on, I can try to be as low-key as I possibly can. It's impossible to be low-key in that jacket because it's just so spectacular and it's amazing. And people can't help but ask me about it or when I talk about it. It looks like a cheat code for confidence. You just wear something that's really spectacular and it speaks for you. You don't have to say anything. The piece speaks for you. One pieces that speaks to you. And also, a point that we want to make is people, when they see you building your confidence and it's growing stronger and getting wiser and getting older, people are jealous. And it's not really jealousy. It's more so them wanting what you have. A lot of people are not confident. They're just walking around on earth existing.
Yep.
And when they see someone that is actually confident, they want to take it. They want to devalue you. They want to knock you down a couple beds so you can be on their level. Do not let them do that. Don't let them do that. You can either kill them with kindness or you can just kill them.
But you not can do some murder on this And that's a great point too, because I know a lot of times where I went to a place where people, oh, you think there's hot stuff? I'm like, my face amazing. I don't know what you're talking about, girl.
Are you hating or are you upset? Which one is it? It's telling you the truth.
And I think another thing to really add on to that too is that if you're not really strong and centered in yourself, that could really hammer you and really put you in a weird spot.
because you're thinking, because you're gonna think, oh, this person doesn't like me because I'm so confident, but it's actually the opposite. That person is like you because you're confident, they're not. So when people would project onto you, don't accept those projections. And that person's lame, they're gonna be lame until this time be better. But when you're developing confidence and you're working out there, you go in the world, you're talking to people, people will check you. They'll take their camera and they can check you. They're checking their glass to see if they're gonna bounce off and it's gonna shatter. Don't shatter, because then when people shatter you, you get treated way, way worse. Because you do not want extroverts.
Exactly. And that's where the source of confidence comes into play. When you feel like it's wavering, you have to be like water. And you have to basically let the waves come, but also let them settle. Because you don't want to be like glass. You don't want to be like ice. You want to be like water. So more flexible, and you want to be more malleable. So people can say whatever they want, but it just goes right over your head.
Yep.
Because I got this shit on. I look good. What do you look like? That's what you have to ask. And it's literally all about you. It's all about you, 100% about you. Your confidence has nothing to do with anyone else but you.
Yeah. And you get to, I would just even to add on to that, like your confidence is your own. You're not getting confidence from the outside. You're not getting confidence from your family. You're not getting confidence from your spouse. You're not getting confidence from whatever TV show you watch. Confidence is from within only. Anything external can take it from you and then you'll be gone.
Yeah.
So always manufacture everything you want to have needs to come from inside first. Because if it's not there, it doesn't exist.
Exactly.
Third party will never help it, because like I said before, when third party is gone, like I know so many guys that they were in a relationship, like, oh, my girl gave me all this confidence, and they break up, they're shell themselves. All the confidence they had is gone because she built that for him, but he never really took it and lit himself up. It's like, oh, give me all this prayer. But you need to build that first. Don't be one of those people that you like to get blown all the time to get to get some fire going. You need to be your fighter start. Sometimes it's okay to get the external, like the little gas or lighter from you, but you need to be your fire start.
Exactly. And that goes back to having your cup. Your cup has to be unlimited. It has to have an unlimited source of confidence. So when you don't have it, you can scoop it up and take a sip.
That's just important.
And there will be days when you don't feel confident, but it's okay. You just have to remember why you do it in the first place.
Yes.
Why you choose to do it in the first place. And would you like to start off with some closing statements?
So a good thing that I would like to say is that when it comes to confidence, make sure that you are owning everything you're doing. Make sure you're not being a scapegoat for anybody. Because it's easy to just, oh, I saw this great to do, so I want to do it. I understand that, but make sure everything you want to do comes from within. Don't be scared to experiment. Don't be scared to go buy things you think they're expensive and people say you waste your money. They don't know because you're working on something that's different that they're not doing later. Don't be afraid to really sit down and like kind of lock up things like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. Look up brands. If you're gonna buy anything high end, make sure it's something that it works for your wardrobe. You have a good cost per wear basis, and cost per wear, just to break that down, is if you're gonna buy something that's over $500 or even more, even $100, factor in how many times are you gonna wear that? Because if you just buy it in your closet, you're gonna wear it. But if you buy it and use it, then that's something you're using to make sure your style is going further differentiate. And I think a big thing too that my last thing I want to say is that confidence will never go out of style.
Yeah. Never let them go out of style.
That was so close and touch it about.
So I totally agree that confidence will never go out of style. And you can literally carry it from now until you die. And that it will evolve. When you build on your confidence and you focus on expressing yourself wholeheartedly, you will see the evolution in yourself. And you'll start to evolve into someone that you will recognize.
Yes.
And you'll love it. You will love it.
Yeah.
And it's just all about finding your source. Finding your source, maintaining that source, and enforcing it. And when you're enforcing it and you're standing on both feet on business with your confidence, then nothing can waver you. Nothing can make you less confident because you're pulling everything from yourself. And you're an ever-flowing, like a nuclear reactor of confidence that is self-sustained.
Yes.
That's what you want. We are nuclear reactors. Clean energy. It's clean, but it's a nuclear reactor. And the energy is constantly flowing. And I take my confidence from my creativity. The thing that I'm most confident in my life is my creativity. I know that I have creativity flowing through my veins. I take a little blood cell here, a little white blood cell there, and I infuse it in every single thing that I do. And that includes my hair, my clothes, the way that I express myself, the job that I have. Every single thing that I do, whether it's me being an artist, whether it's me being an interior designer or a stylist, it's everything to me. And my confidence is the source of all of that. And to be honest, if you want to start with confidence, start by not giving a fuck. That's it. If you don't care about what anyone or anything or anybody says about you, that's all you need.
Yeah.
So you can live your life the way that you want to live and dress yourself the way that you want to dress. Be weird. Be strange. Be unusual. There's nothing wrong with that because you don't ignore that in this world.
It's different.
And remember, if you are looking at an influencer, you can grab inspiration from them, but don't copy them because you're not being yourself. You're being that influencer.
Exactly.
But what you can do is copy it.